Due to Karime, so I'm at work and no one is here yet because I'm early. I decided that today might be an interesting day to show you more or less what my new space is. I don't get to really show you much of me doing work, but just kind of the place that I've come to accept as a new home. It's crazy that it's already been a month, but I'm excited for what's to come. This right now is the office space, more or less. We refer to it as the front office, and it's really just like the business side. And then we have Rebecca's office, my boss's office over there. And this is my desk with all of my fun papers and such. We also have another office we call the back office. It's a little bit bigger, and that's like the production and marketing side of everything. There's really only 9 of us that are kind of like here all the time, and then everyone else we hire is like outside of like regular gala staff. But we have a lot of people that we call back to help us out with different projects and different aspects of running the theater. Today, my coworker Mauricio, who's in charge of the education department here, has a show with the program here called Paso Nuevo. It's essentially our youth program where they, over the course of several weeks, learn to put on a show just for themselves. So this one is a devised piece. They call it House of Wings. The kids wrote it themselves. They pretty much like set it all up together. Like they're the ones acting in it, performing in it, they're singing. And with like a couple of instructors that also have helped out Mauricio, there's been like music lessons and fight choreography and all things like that. I'm really excited to see it. I know the kids have been working super hard. So this is a really big deal. And we're gonna just enjoy the show and see what these kids have put their hearts and souls into for the past few weeks. The building itself is actually really pretty and is a great venue for like parties and receptions, weddings and all of that. So we get a lot of tours with people just like standing outside our windows, which is a little weird. And I wonder if they know we're in here working. I need a vlog for my YouTube channel today, and I thought this might be a good day to do it.
Look at the soundtrack that you get.
Yeah. Our building's falling apart, it's fine.
You got it? Yeah. No, just hold it. I'll be...
So this is the inside of the building when you first step in. Upstairs and stuff, there's like rooms for like wedding receptions and all the fun stuff. The ballroom's actually really pretty, but I'm not gonna go all the way up there. This is the library, where I waited a solid 40 minutes on my first day because I was too early and nobody got here before 10. So this is the outside of the building. It's called the Josephine Butler Center. It's so stinking pretty, and I wish that there were more flowers out, but it's so lovely here. And the person it's named after actually did a whole lot for her community and for the parks in the area and for minorities in this area. And they do a lot of really great stuff in her name here. It's kind of cool when you learn about it. So the park I'm in now is actually across the street from my building. It's called Meridian Park. And it's not that big, but it's very pretty. Again, a lot nicer when the flowers are out and like the fountains are on and all of that. But it's very nice to just walk through. A lot of people you see walking through with their dogs, and it's just kind of like a nice place for everyone to go. I see like people relaxing here to read the paper after work. I see a lot of like students and stuff, a lot of runners. It's really nice. It's really cool to see who you run into. Fun fact about Meridian, it was the first park dedicated to the performing arts. So I feel like we're in a probably interestingly perfect space. So the intersection of 14th and Park is essentially where the theater is. I'm walking down Park right now. Gonna see where I can get some food because I'm starving, and I'm probably gonna go for Five Guys. Even though there's so many options, I'm gonna go for Five Guys fries. So this is Park and 14th. You got the Target that way, which is clearly the most important place. And then on the other side, over there, you have a Pollo Campero. And then here in the corner, you have Z Burger. And you pass that, there's Gala Theater. I ended up getting Chick-fil-A instead. as it turns out, they're actually going to replace the Five Guys and a couple other places with a Wawa, which, like, it could have at least been a Sheetz. Seeing a gala show, all you have to do is come up the stairs, go straight to the box office, give them your name, and they will give you your tickets. And then you come into these glass doors and you see our lobby. Currently with artwork for the show we're doing.
Bienvenidos, buenas noches, y bienvenidos al Teatro Gala for this show that is called The House of Wings, Casa de las Alas, created, conceived by the Ensemble of Youth, the Paso Nuevo students, who have been working very hard since January on this, and directed by Mauricio Pita, who's here in the audience. Instructors who he will introduce. I want to thank, first of all of you, los padres, profesores, abuelos, las familias. You know, you are the support for these kids, and we do what we can after school to keep them safe, to keep the space open for kids who are going through a lot these days con la situación que todos conocemos, las presiones que tienen ellos en la escuela, con la familia, con la migración, con muchas cosas. So this is a safe place where they can come and express themselves, get connected to their culture, gain academic skills, and really create a family. Yo creo que ellos tienen una familia, ¿no, Mauricio? Aquí en el teatro. And now I will leave you with Mauricio. Yay.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This has been a tremendous honor to learn from these kids. I think that they have taught me more than I have taught them, and it's every day that I work with them as an extra challenge and an extra day of joy. So having you in the audience to me means a lot, and I know that to them will mean the world. We've worked really hard to make sure that these pieces are honest, that they're fun, that they're truly who they are as people. So I truly, truly hope that you enjoy the show. Guys, let's grab a seat. Nos sentamos en el suelo, yeah? They are stars in my eyes, always. The stories that they tell. They come to the studio and they come with stories that are not only reflective of how they see the world, how they see themselves in the world, and how they hope things are. Even if what they see in the world is darkness, they're ready to explore that and tap into it. And as a theater artist, that is inspiring to me. And tonight I have the trailer for the documentary, and we're gonna see it. You guys ready?
The oldest organizations, Hispanic organizations in the country, right? And I think we have a responsibility to nourish and to train and to provide an opportunity for people not just to see theater, but to like learn how to do it, to like develop a community, to understand what like a script can do. And
They were brilliant. I'm like fighting tears. It's time to go to bed. Update a million years later, because this is Saturday, long after the day of the show. It went incredibly well. Those kids are so great. I'm not gonna lie and say like they're all complete prodigies in theater and acting, but it was really great to see them work so hard and get so far. They really actually were pretty good, especially in scenes where you wouldn't expect them to be good. Like obviously all of the stuff related to like high school life and like finding a college and all of that and relationships. It was too good because we all go through that stupid ish. There were so many times when I was like, is this me? Is this me? I did this in high school / I do a lot of this now. It's so bad. But there were also parts that were like heavily focused on like revenge and death and like these really intense dark moments and like these monologues / poems about a lot more serious subjects. There was a scene about a mother who's not abusive, but like borderline to her daughter because she wants to make sure that she doesn't make the same mistakes that she did when she was younger, you know? Like it's a lot of really like intense emotional stuff, and you can tell that it was written from a place of honesty and vulnerability and a place where they really believe that this is how the world is based on their own experiences or what they see on TV and in the news and on Twitter. And it was just so great to know like this is what these kids find important. And this is what they want us to hear. This is what they want us to know. And we, as adults, really need to do a better job of listening and saying, okay, we've heard you. Now how can we help? I didn't feel it appropriate to film either the show or the question and answer session just because the show, you know, obviously, like, they have their people filming it for archives. I don't need to put it on my channel. And the Q&A, I felt like, was a lot more personal than would be something I was comfortable putting up here. I don't know those kids personally, so I don't feel like I have a right to put their lives on blast on my own channel for someone's entertainment. But you could tell, like, Mauricio started crying, and of course the kids got emotional, and it was just something that, you know, these kids, so young, have been through so much already, and it's this overwhelming feeling of, I want to do more. I think I definitely was not the only person in the audience who felt that, but I'm glad that there's programs like this where we're able to give them that voice and hopefully inspire them to keep finding ways to use their voice, both for, you know, fun entertainment purposes that, you know, it's a fun creative outlet, but also just for good, to make a change in their communities and in their world. We have the annual fundraiser, Noche de Estrellas, coming up in a couple of weeks, and I think the people who went to this show definitely will be more likely to donate because they'll understand, like, the money we're raising for the Paso Nuevo program isn't just some random, like, oh, we want to do arts with kids. No, it's like we are giving them a safe place to speak their minds and to speak their truths so that we can hear their stories and we can do something for them. You know, it's not only providing them with a place to go to, it's providing them with academic support, with a creative outlet. It gives them a family that they feel that they could not have otherwise, especially because they're able to talk about such serious topics in a safe environment. It gives them mentors and adults that they can look up to and confide in and continuously go to after the program is done. Have I talked about how much I love my job? Because I really do. I truly love my job, and I love the people there. And I love the opportunities that we are giving others that I never even thought were possible when I was that age, but it's happening and it's doing great things. I know we're not the only people to do something like this. I know that it's happening in theaters worldwide and different organizations worldwide with different mediums, but I'm just glad that we can take part in that. Even if we are just a little small part, I think it makes a huge difference. Thank you for watching this vlog. I probably will not be taking my camera back to work anytime soon. But who knows? Who knows what's in store for me and for this company. Props to whoever's willing to stick around to watch what happens next. Take care. Take a break when you need to. Please drink water regularly. Love, Sammy.